The story of what brought me to philanthropy is probably a story that every one of us has bits and pieces of. As a small young girl, my parents, like most parents in the mid-50s, were still highly sensitized to the war in Europe, to all of the refugees from Europe who had come to the United States. They talked about rebuilding Europe and rebuilding or building the state of Israel. And the way that was done was really sweet and very accessible to a child's imagination. We had tzedakah boxes, and I remember the sound of those coins going in. And as I grew up and I started seeing where that money was going, I was amazed because I didn't get that putting little coins in a box meant there was food on a dock in Israel. All of these coins added up to power. As I got older, it was very clear that that's the education for all of us. Whatever our religion is, whatever our countries are, everybody pitching in with a small amount can move mountains. Being raised in a family where you could take responsibility for actions on your own part that then could make small changes, little changes. Once I had kids, that was sort of the ticket to ride for me, because prior to having kids, I worked full time. I started looking around and I saw that, for instance, their really great public elementary school didn't have a music program. I was looking for meaning tied to my children's lives. Those coins in the box kept reverberating in my head. At the end of it, I was teaching about 800 kids every 2 weeks. There are other parents in the school who joined in, who became, in their own right, teachers and leaders. So that was the first experience I had with do a little and get people enthused, and oh my heavens, look what you can end up with. I got to be the president of Temple Bethel's board with a lead up of 2 years to a capital campaign where we were able to rebuild and move to a modern era. So many of my friends had been on the board at the JCC and they loved it. And I wasn't that familiar, I'd been a preschool mom. I will say I worked for the JCC in college and law school, and I loved every piece of it in Belmont. This is a remarkable place, and I never thought that I could so quickly and with such joy become so involved and care so much about this institution. I went down saying I will not do fundraising. Within the second year, I said to myself, I love to fundraise. I love to tell the story. I love to talk to people about their stories. I think I have the luckiest job in the world. Certainly, as I've was given the opportunity to chair the development committee, and I got to be a part of it with remarkable people. We came up with a concept that said, one at a time, know who folks are, know what folks' needs are, know what folks' hopes, wishes, and dreams are for this place, for this beloved PJCC. You can move the world, you can change a world with a small amount of philanthropy on your part. My wishes have already come true. We're on the road. There's no reason to stop playing and working here because we're a work in process. You know my line, future so bright, you gotta wear shades.